Hey guys, what is up? My name is Alan and welcome back to the vlog. Okay, so this one is about Drift Games Extreme. We had a very interesting weekend. We ended up taking the win and it was awesome. But as usual, I forgot to record a lot during the weekend and I don't have an intro. Oh no, the microphone! Here, do you know what I'm gonna do? Sorry, it looks terrible. I'm just gonna stick it out here like that. So yeah, we had an absolute awesome weekend and as usual, I forgot to record stuff. So this video is going to include a lot about our story and how we actually won the event. And big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for the support, the comments, everything was awesome. It's been a dream of mine to be able to achieve this result and to be able to do it in our second year in pro competition. It is actually amazing. So first of all, Storm Hannah, please First of all, it started off Friday evening when we picked up the car from the dyno. The car wasn't exactly ready. It still isn't. The car was done at about 70 or 80 horsepower. So it made about 490 horsepower, and John told us that there's a lot more in it, but there's a few electrical issues that's preventing it from going further. So we got there, and there was also an oil leak. So we're like, right, crap, okay, there's an oil leak. So we got there, Richie and Martin and myself got there at 11 o'clock and we got home. So we loaded the car, we got home, we were back for 12. And Martin and Richie just worked through the night with myself to try and get this thing ready. This car right here beside me ready. Had no body panels, just like what it is right now. And yeah, we got all the work done, or as much as that we thought we needed to get done, and loaded the car back onto the trailer and headed straight for Mondello. Zero sleep for Richie at least, but Martin and myself got a few napping hours all right in the van on the way up. Got there, went out for briefing, got back into the car after briefing, and then that oil leak that was still on the dyno was still there. After Martin putting in a few hours that morning trying to get it fixed. And legitimately, that was what our whole day of Saturday was trying to fix. Was trying to fix the oil leak. So from the time of arriving at about 8 to the point of about 2 o'clock, those selection of hours was trying to fix that oil leak. And it was an absolute disaster, watching everyone getting lots of practice and stuff. But I had one trick up my sleeve, and that was that I had done some sim training during the week. And I'll put a video, I actually uploaded on the Friday before the event, so I'll put a link to that video down below so you can see how I was getting on. So I knew heading into the event where my initiation points were, when to transition, what to look out for, the actual line that I needed to take throughout the course to be able to complete it properly and to take it quickly. So before I even got to the event, I probably had more track time than any other person just because I was drifting on the sim. And so that's one of the tools that I will try to utilize this year a lot more often. It's something I do a lot anyway, so I think I should be using it a lot more. Yeah, we got our only practice lap was just before qualifying. So we went out for qualifying. We went with the car setup that we usually had last year, and I think we got like a 75 on the board. And it was an okay run. I made a big mistake on initiation. Like, all I had to do was just not mess up the initiation, and I would have gotten at least 80. It probably would have topped qualifying because the rest lap was spot on, but it was initiation that had messed me up. And yeah, I think 75 was fair. Like, I did a big mistake on initiation. Second lap was pretty sweet. We got an 87 for that. I was absolutely delighted with it actually, because you know, I knew I messed up initiation. I fixed that, but I wasn't as committed throughout the course. And so yeah, Declan was telling me that I had to drive hard, my spotter Declan, and yeah, we drove hard and we got an 87 and that put us fourth in qualifying. So qualifying fourth with only basically one proper lap of practice in the car. It was my first time driving in 6 months, and yeah, coming out with our second lap in qualifying with an 87, we were over the moon. It didn't even matter if the car broke from that point on. I think qualifying fourth with only, you know, basically a lap of practice was absolutely amazing for us.
Guys, that is the end of day one. Saturday qualifying went pretty well for us. We qualified fourth overall with an 87. Way more than what we expected, to be quite honest. We just wanted to get a couple of runs in, qualifying, and just try and get into the main show tomorrow. So to qualify fourth is awesome. I believe we are up against John O'Hare, which I don't have on my phone anymore. Yeah, so we're up against John O'Hare, so we're now cleaning up the looks of the car. We're putting some headlight blanks in. We're going to put the signature oil lids on it, so black and green should look pretty sick. We've done some suspension changes to the rear of it. We're going to do a small alignment check and bolt check, and set it up for tomorrow. So, just about to head out for the first practice session for today. Obviously, every comment today is now time to try and get more time to practice in. This is one thing I like to do that on the track there. So I'm do one lead run, and then we'll try to do a chase run, and then I take my head back into the pit and get ready for top turn. Now, Jono, we've battled a few times before, I believe, and the first time we battled, he actually beat me because the turbo blew up in my car. So I'm not giving you that win yet, Jono. But yeah, so we've battled a few times before, back in IADC and back in Ultimate Drift back in the day when the S40 still had its SR20, and I knew watching, like, I actually had one practice run with Jono that morning. And to be quite honest, we pulled like 5 or 6 car lengths on him. So I knew that we were way faster than Jono. So I decided to loosen the car up, and Declan completely agreed. He watched the run. He said, like, you just destroyed him in the lead position. He wasn't able to keep up. So we decided to loosen the car up. We added some tire pressure. We stiffened up the shocks, and we went up for a battle versus Jono, and we ended up getting the win. My lead line was pretty good, and Jono was all over me. So he had a nice advantage after the lead run, but then his lead line, when we swapped positions, just kind of fell apart, it seemed. And I was able to stick with him. He made a huge mistake on the exit of the course, and I nearly climbed him. I nearly crashed into him. But yeah, we ended up getting the win. This is top 32 done. We're now in the top 16 parade. We've got Neil Dunn up next. So I drove Neil Dunn's car before, so it should be a bit of fun. You ready, Neil? Can you cheer for me? Can you cheer for me?
Maybe we should do the boomerang.
What?
We should do a boomerang.
Boomerang. Bit of salsa. Then we went up against Neil Dunn for our top 16 battle. Now, Neil is a really good buddy of mine, and likewise, his cars are quite similar to mine. We run the same Group D steering kit in the front. Yeah, okay, he's done quite a bit of horsepower over myself. He's got about maybe 450 horsepower or something, but his car is super light, and I know what that car is capable of because I drove it last year for the prize fight in last year of IDC. Thank you, Neil, for letting me borrow that car. I still owe you a spin in my car to drive at least. So we decided, Declan and myself decided that we should lower the tyre pressure. So we lowered down the tyre pressure, gained a bit of grip, but we decided to leave the same shock setting. So we were actually pretty much full stiff still on the shock, but we lowered the tyre pressure because we knew we'd get a better result grip wise. And again, we did our same lead run, and it was pretty sweet. Neil was all over me. Probably, I have to say, Neil, probably one of your best chase runs I've ever seen, watching back in the live stream at least. And so Declan was on the radio to me, my spotter. He was like, Alan, you're going to have to drive hard. Neil was all over you. You had a really good lead line, but Neil was all over you. You're going to have to push hard. So again, we swapped positions, and I did a really good chase run on him. It wasn't as close as Neil in certain sectors, but I think we had a more consistent chase. I believe Neil made a mistake somewhere. I think it was on initiation or something. I know he made a mistake that made it a little bit difficult for me to chase, and I think the judges saw that. And so we ended up getting the win and moving on to the top 8.
It's Declan's Bits! Declan's Bits! Let's make way for Declan's Bits! Yeah!
Hello, Alan Haynes here. I'm going to just do a bit of a demonstration here. So this is how you do round 1 of DGX Mondello, because I'm pro driver and all this lad and that. And yeah, put car in second gear because it's 2J and I'm lazy. So I go meh in second gear, and third gear, sorry, and meh, which is second gear to him because he only has You only use the second, third, and then you just initiate. You pull this fucking thing out of the floor, right? And then you turn the steering wheel like a mad joke. And when you see the wall, turn away from it. And then when you see a car coming towards you, hit him. And then yeah. Okay, thanks. Bye.
It's Declan's Bits. Declan's Bits. Let's make way for Declan's Bits. Yeah.
From that point on, we're up against Dennis Murphy. Now Dennis again is an OG when it comes to drifting. You know, he's still got the SR20 in the car, making about 500 horsepower, something ridiculous. Super light. It's got all the bells and whistles, sequential gearbox, quick change, all that stuff. So that car is pretty well set up. And Dennis is no slouch either. You know, he's well able to pull stuff out of the bag and really put some upset into the event. So going up against Dennis, we knew what to go pretty much all in. We decided obviously to soften the car, we softened up the shocks, we lowered our tyre pressure, but we didn't go full kill just yet. Because again with Dennis, I mean, he's kind of got the driving style of Forrest Wang. You know, he's kind of mad angle, full throttle everywhere. So sometimes being full throttle is a bit slower. So we were kind of taking that into consideration. And my lead run wasn't the nicest. Messed up at the initiation. The extra bit of grip caught me out. And the rest of the run was fine. We hit the wall quite hard at the end, but fortunately our rear clam setup and rear tube setup soaked all of that impact in and didn't even flinch the car. All I could hear was just a little bounce from the fiberglass, and it didn't even affect the steering input, which was amazing. That's exactly what we want. So we then went to the chase position, and I just did the best chase run I possibly could. And yeah, I think we essentially did enough. I think Dennis made a few mistakes behind me in the chase run, so Declan again taught me to push hard, and then in my lead run, I just in my chase run, I just did the best that I could and tried to hang on for dear life as Dennis goes full throttle everywhere and smokes me out. So from that point on, we were up against Ryan Caldwell, and this is where the one more times came in. This is also the point of where my radio with communication with Declan kind of ceased. Fortunately, we've been running an earphone set up in my helmet, and yeah, it's not the greatest, should I say. To be honest, I think it's fair to say, but we pretty much had destroyed Ryan Caldwell up until my chase run of where we put three wheels off, and that flipped it back around again. We went one more time. So that battle with Ryan was fantastic, and then to go one more time again, it was like, crap, okay, what else must we do to try and get this? One was being a lot more consistent on my behalf, and that's something that I really changed. On Ryan's part, all he had to do was just clean up his lead line, and which he did. So I knew after his lead run, I knew that he did a way better run. So my chase run was quite good. Transition behind him, I took the front quarter wing off the car. That was spectacular. And then we just finished off the run, dived nicely on the door in the front of the judges, and yeah, crossed the line pretty much door to door. Flipped it back around, and Ryan basically hit me on initiation. And getting out of the cars, Ryan hit me on initiation and put me basically into a spin. Getting out of the cars, Ryan was quizzing me why I didn't keep going. He said he hit me once, he thought I would have hit on the throttle. And at the time I said to him that you hit me to the point of where I couldn't get out of the spin. I was stuck on full lock. I tried to get out of it. When you're on full lock like that, you don't just mash the gas, because you just go into a complete spin and you might even cause more damage. But Ryan thought that I was at an angle that I could have kept going, and he kept kind of pushing me, and yeah, we ended up coming to a stop. I think looking back in the live stream, I think you can kind of tell that he hit me once, and that was just enough to put me basically into full lock, and there was no way I was going to be able to recover from that, no matter how much steering angle I had. So we ended up getting the win. Obviously not the way I want to win when it comes to battles and stuff like that. I want to win fair, and I think even though, okay, fair enough, he made a mistake, he put us into a spin. Sometimes it means more just to be able to go out there and yeah, just win it fair fight with no mistakes. So we got the win. We moved on to the finals, and we're up against Mark McBurney. Mark again is another one of these IADC drivers that have been battling pretty much every single year since 2016 when I got my Pro-Am license. And again, we were chasing this time first of all, so we put in a really good chase. It wasn't the best, I think. We experienced, the steering was a little bit off, put me off slightly, but I kind of got used to it. The engine started acting up, so it was revving really weirdly. It was hitting the limiter weirdly, and it kind of it knocked me down a few steps. I kind of didn't want to push the car too much. Second place to me was perfect. I didn't want to risk the car. I didn't want to overheat it, or I didn't want to cause any damage in the first event. This rain is absolutely horrible. Hopefully you guys can't hear the rain. Probably can. Basically, the judges decided to go one more time. So we went one more time, and I think, looking back at it, at the time I thought Mark had got it, and I think Mark thought that I had got it. I think we were it was so close, it could have gone one more time, arguably. But I think the biggest deciding factor was the fact that on initiation I was just way closer to Mark on my chase run in the one more time. And I think the judges awarded that sector of the track between clip 1 and clip 2 in the chase position a lot more than the rest of the circuit. So whereas we were super close there and slightly fell apart by the end, Mark was very far on initiation on my lead run, and he kind of closed up near the end. And I think it was enough for us to get the win, and I was absolutely delighted to get the win, of course. Yeah, the first win in the pro class for Declan and Maeve. This rain, what's going on, huh? Storm Hannah, you're a bitch. So we ended up getting the win. It was the first win in the pro class for us, and or the extreme class, should I say nowadays. And it was absolutely amazing feat for us, especially with the new team. Also the first win for Project Academy in the pro level. I think I'm the 6th winner in the last 6 or 10 years or something like that. For a 6th different winner in the last, I think it was at 6 years or something like that, in pro competition in Ireland, which is amazing to be added to that list. I think that's going to change a lot more this year. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we'll be the only person winning this year. That's always the plan, right? But we can't always have that luck. And yeah, moving forward, hopefully we'll have a very successful season. And yeah, really looking forward to the rest of the year. So yeah, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoy this. And yeah, we'll be back for round 2 in Dún Laoghaire in, I think, is it 2 weeks' time. And yeah, it should be an awesome event. We've had good luck in Dún Laoghaire before. No, we've had good luck and very bad luck, and hopefully this time will be the good luck. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys there. Make sure you come out and cheer us on. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys very soon. Peace.